Hi, everybody. My name is Doug Rougeaux. I'm the bubble man of Syracuse, your friendly neighborhood bubble man of over 30 years. And I do bubble presentations with little bubbles and big bubbles. Little bubbles, sometimes over 1,000 bubbles in 1 second. And big bubbles are the finale of all my presentations. Indoors, I make the biggest bubbles you'll see all year with a hula hoop on a stick. Outdoors, I use a device that works well in the breeze. When it's too windy, I keep it shut. When the conditions are just right, I can make a giant bubble when I open up the tri-string bubble making device. I can perform indoors or out. It's designed to be educational in a school setting, from elementary school to middle school. For the older grades, 5, 6, 7, and 8, I do a vivid demonstration on surface tension. Surface tension is why bubbles shrink to be as small as they possibly can be. For the younger grades, pre-K 1 and 2, I do a display of shapes. No matter what shape the bubble wand is, a bubble shrinks to be as small and as round as possible. I love what I do for students, but I can't make a bubble heart. I don't think it would be safe to have a bubble heart. Ugh! I broke my heart again. My Bubble Man presentation is great for family fun nights and fundraisers. I do bubbles of all sizes. Big bubbles, medium bubbles, and small bubbles, fun for the whole family. Bubbles will stick around on anything that's wet. They dry up and break down. Every presentation I do, bubbles will be seen to stick to something that is wet and pop on anything that is dry. For upper grades, I do a science experiment designed to show you the effect that gravity has on the lifespan of a bubble. I would make 2 bubbles at the same time, about the same size. Over here in my left hand, there would be a simulated zero gravity, never drip outer space bubble, unaffected by the forces of gravity. But this is the regular old drippy droopy gravity bubble. Gravity affects the lifespan of a bubble. You can see at the bottom of the bubble that it is collecting the soap and water. It is dripping and droopy from the bottom of the bubble. At the very top of the bubble, the roof of the bubble is getting thinner and thinner and thinner. The colors actually fade from the top of the bubble as the roof of the bubble gets thinner. The refraction that happens with the light wave bouncing around inside the surface of the bubble only happens when the wall of the bubble is thick enough. So as it gets thinner and weaker on top and thicker and heavier and droopier on bottom, the colors fade. Like a lot of things, as time goes by, it gets a little gray on top and a little heavier on the bottom. And because I've been working with bubbles for over 30 years, I can predict when a bubble is going to pop because gravity makes the top of the bubble too thin. This bubble will pop in 5 seconds. 4, 3. I'm the bubble man. I know all there is about bubbles. My presentations are appropriate for book fairs, too, because I tell a story illustrated with bubbles. There's Mama Bubble and Papa Bubble. Papa Bubble. Get it? And the story stars a little baby bubble. And bubbles are a lot like students. They start out small, but they grow up. And they get bigger and bigger and bigger. And they can live a long and happy life. They grow up big and they get so bright. I've got lots of bubbles. I would love to visit your venue for an art fair because I make bubble pop art. Bubble sculptures made out of soap and water and air and fog. I'll make a bubble crystal ball, a bubble spaceship, alien bubbles, a striped bubble caterpillar, an illuminated mirror disco ball bubble, and one of my favorites, a double dip vanilla bubble ice cream cone. 1 scoop of bubble ice cream, a double dip, and the world's most popular flavor is vanilla. Now, the tricky part of a bubble ice cream cone is the triangular cone shape, with bubbles that naturally shrink and end up round. A double dip vanilla bubble ice cream cone with a cherry on top. It's a real treat for educational art fair type of presentations. And it's low in calories because there's hardly anything to it. My presentations are suitable for art fairs, book fairs, science fairs, indoors or out, in school or not. And every bubble presentation ends with giant bubbles, choreographed to music. Indoors, I choreograph the bubbles to big band swing. Outdoors, they're choreographed to rockin' oldies. Some of the biggest bubbles your kids will see all year can happen at a Bubble Man presentation. Please check out Teaching Artists Rock for booking information. And during COVID, I am COVID safe. I am vaccinated, willing to test before I come to your venue, willing to perform with a specially designed mask, similar to the band musicians' masks that let me make the bubbles while masked. COVID safe and ready to go. Thank you very much, everybody.